Hello, I'm Tap G.
And I'm Surfer Clock.
And welcome to What's the Attraction,
where our work is your vacation. Aliens. Ever since the alleged alien spaceship crash in Roswell, New Mexico in 1947, the public has remained infatuated with the idea of extraterrestrial visitors. The Alien franchise, Star Trek, Star Wars, Alf, Stitch, Men in Black, John Carter...
Wait. What was the last one?
John Carter?
I'm not familiar with that one.
Dude, we saw it together. Yesterday.
Must have been so bad my memory automatically deleted it from my brain.
Oh, come on. It was not that bad. Come on, we have a podcast to cut.
Wait, we do a podcast?
Anyway, few aliens in cinema have left a bigger impact than that precocious little bug-eyed pile of clay and chicken wire, Steven Spielberg's E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
In 1982, a 33-year-old Steven Spielberg released his now classic pet project, and it won the hearts of many. It grossed $792 million worldwide, and let's not be shy in admitting that it has caused many a grown man to cry.
Yes, like Tap G.
You cried during those Sarah McLachlan SPCA commercials.
No, I don't. You do.
I
know! Wow. To this day, E.T. remains one of Steven Spielberg's personal favorite films. He remained actively involved in the film's marketing and merchandising, even 20 years after its release.
Books, board games, card games, toys, few things were overlooked in the marketing of the movie. Even Atari jumped in and produced and distributed a video game loosely based on the movie. Honestly, I don't know much about it, but there's another internet celebrity, one angry video game nerd, who's made a movie about it, so it's gotta be really good. In fact, I have a copy right here.
Hey, I'm always up for a good video game. Let's check it out. Gotta hook up the old TV and let's see. Right.
I know what our listeners are thinking, Surfer Clock. Between The Cat in the Hat and Country Bears, we must be serious gluttons for punishment. But if you ask me, movies don't always translate well from any medium. Video games, on the other hand, well, you'd have to go really out of your way to make a bad video game, right?
Okay, I got the game set up. Turn the TV to channel 3. Alright, got the old Atari console set up and ready to go. It's time. Alright.
Turn to channel 3.
Channel 3. Let's see. Alright, let's get this thing started.
Alright, let's go.
Wow.
Looks like them critics boys is about to phone home to their mothers.
Hi everyone, this is Tap G from What's the Attraction. It's my solemn duty and great regret to inform you that after 20 minutes of playing E.T. on Atari, Surfer Clock has passed away from mental and physical injuries. I barely managed to survive with only minor injuries since I was not playing. Let's all have a moment of silence for my beloved co-host, who I'm sure will want me to carry on without him and go on to everlasting fame.
Tap G, I'm not dead.
Shut up, yes you are.
No, not really.
You'll be stone dead in a moment.
Yeah, the game was, pretty horrendous, but not quite enough to kill me.
Dead people don't talk.
Fine, guess you'll have to finish the whole game and review alone.
It's a miracle, folks! Surfer Clock is alive and well. We thought you were a goner, buddy.
Yeah. Anyway, E.T. Adventure opened with the rest of Universal Studios Florida in 1990. Ones also opened a year later in Universal Studios Hollywood, and 10 years after that in Universal Studios Japan. Ironically, they didn't catch on as the Florida version did. California's closed in 2003, and Japan shut down in 2009. Here, it resides in Woody Woodpecker's Kid Zone and continues to be a perennial favorite to this day.
When you arrive at the attraction's gate, you'll notice the exterior is themed to that of a soundstage where E.T. is being filmed. Prior to 2002, the idea was that you were being used in a proposed E.T. sequel until Spielberg himself insisted on changing it up for E.T.'s 20th anniversary. Today, the esteemed director appears in the pre-show and asks your help. E.T. is being summoned back home because his planet is dying and needs his healing touch to save it. But no pressure, buddy. Your entire planet is dying, and everyone you've ever known is going to perish unless you get home. So whatever you do, E.T., don't panic! High strung, isn't he?
Ooh. At this point, one of Spielberg's assistants will ask you your name. Why? Well, we won't spoil it for you, but it's one of the ride's best elements. Then you enter the forest where E.T.'s teacher, Botanicus, is pleading for his return. At this point after that, you board your ride vehicle, which is actually a bicycle, complete with E.T. in the front basket. Now it's your responsibility to get E.T. home.
And of course, what's an E.T. ride without that epic flight scene, complete with John Williams' amazing score as you take to the skies to E.T.'s home planet? Nothing, that's what! So, now the question is this. After over 30 years, 20 of which in Universal Orlando, does E.T. hold up? Well, I don't think anyone will disagree with me when I say of course it does, but how about the ride?
The ride itself, I actually really like the ride. It's a good ride. It's just a little dated looking, just because it's been around for so long, and I don't think it's had a decent refurbishment other than the sign outside and the sort of the stuff that's outside. But I mean, it's a good ride for what it is, and for the kids, it's fantastic because it's really, I mean, it is located in Woody Woodpecker's Kids Zone, and I mean, it's a slow-moving, very calm sort of ride. I mean, it does have some gentle up and down movement. But other than that, I mean, it's really one of the best. It's one of the best and most immersive rides for kids in the park, in my opinion.
Did you grow up with E.T.?
I did, actually, and it's a funny thing because when the park first opened, my family took us there, and they bought me this little plastic E.T. I don't know whether or not I really like the ride. I would have to ask my mother. But this little creepy plastic E.T. I was actually scared of. That scared me from E.T., and I could not sleep with the thing, so they had to move it into the shed.
I think I saw the movie when I was a really little kid. Honestly, I don't remember it. I didn't grow up with E.T., that being said, and, you know, I didn't watch it until about a month ago, and it didn't really do much for me. I couldn't understand much like the guys that were chasing after E.T. You said they were what, NASA guys?
Yeah, it's supposed to be either NASA or like scientists, but their vehicles are unmarked for a reason.
Yeah, and no one ever said anything about who they were, what they were doing, and it really confused me. So I couldn't really get into the movie. So when I rode the ride, okay, I get it. You're being chased by the men, and then all of a sudden you're flying off to E.T.'s home planet, and all I could think of was this in the movie?
Absolutely not. This was a completely new creation from Spielberg and his creative team. And it's like an acid trip.
It is. It's like Small World after a few spoonfuls of NyQuil. It's kind of creepy.
Hold on. How would you know that?
I plead the fifth. Seriously, and all these smiling and dancing faces, it was like, this doesn't seem like a real ride. This seems like a parody of a carnival ride.
Well, I mean,
I thought it was a little heavy-handed.
A bit heavy-handed, but it's definitely for the kids. And
yes, but because it's made for kids doesn't mean it should feel like it's excluding adults, too.
I suppose. One of the things that I'm not sure, it's kind of an undertone. I'm not sure how overstated it is. It's been a while since my last ride on E.T. They apparently have you look for like 3 different aliens, and you have to be able to like spot them. And it's like, oh, spot the alien.
Like a hidden Mickey, huh?
No. Yes and no. They clearly tell you to be on the lookout for such and such. I don't know. It's a little weird. I can see where you get heavy-handed from.
The only other thing that I have trouble wrapping my head around is, you know, E.T. has to be summoned back to his home planet because it's dying because he has the healing touch. Great, wonderful, awesome. Except for the fact that is implying that no one else on the planet has a healing touch and that E.T. is doing this all by himself. It's kind of a major plot hole, don't you think?
I think you're overthinking it.
Maybe I am, but it's one of those things where it keeps me from really enjoying the ride. So honestly, I'm going to have to give this ride a 3.5 out of 5. It is kind of generous, but you know what? It's like you said, it's good for the kids. You know, a lot of adults will definitely get a kick out of seeing E.T. again, because let's face it, we did grow up as part of an E.T. generation.
Yeah, it is such an enduring character, and it's definitely one that folks know. So I myself am going to have to go with a 3.5 out of 5. So we have a 3.5 out of 5 from Tap G and a 3.5 out of 5 from Surfer Clock.
You heard it here.
What else is there to say? E.T., a simple ride that packs an emotional punch. When Universal plans to open more theme parks in South Korea and Dubai, they'll also be getting E.T. Adventure rides.
So with all the same ride restrictions, I assume?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. First, children need to be at least 34 inches tall to ride the E.T. Adventure. Children between 34 and 47 inches must be accompanied by an adult or someone at least 48 inches tall or taller. If you are sensitive to fog effects, strobe effects, or if you have heart conditions, motion sickness, or back and neck problems, we do not recommend this ride for you.
Please, no handheld infants and pregnant mothers are not recommended. Talk to an attendant if you have a service animal, as they are unable to ride with you. Wheelchairs are welcome and can be accommodated in ride vehicles, but guests riding in electric convenience vehicles and scooters must be able to transfer into a standard wheelchair. And also, the ride does feature closed captioning for the hearing impaired.
Universal Studios Florida also asks that all riders must be able to grasp the upper lap bar with at least one upper extremity, be able to maintain yourself in an upright position throughout the ride, and that you must have at least one full arm and leg to ride.
Because, let's face it, space travel on a bike is risky, even for non-amputees.
Very true. Now, did you hear about the guy who flew his bike over Men in Black headquarters without his papers?
No.
Let's just say there's a reason no one else does either. So come on down to the E.T. Adventure, everyone, and bring your Reese's Pieces, because you never know who will follow you home.
Yeah? Someone call me?
Oh, sorry, Reese. Just talking about the candy again.
No worries, dude. But, my brother likes to feel needed. You feel me, bro?
15 more episodes till the next RIP segment, Reese.
764 years of training, and you wind up in a college dorm appliance smelling of cheap, salty noodles.
So that's the E.T. Adventure, everyone. And until next time, I'm Surfer Clock.
And I'm Tap G, and you know where to find us.
And thanks for listening to What's the Attraction, where our work is your vacation. So long!